Alright, this is my second video for the actual guitarist to know how to play. I have a quick trick for you. Now, remember when in my last video I said I used DAD-GAD tuning? There's a trick to doing what I was doing. You can use your fingers or you can use a pick. I don't really care. But if you're looking for a precise way to tune your guitar, I suggest you look into this video right now. The one that I'm making right now, you might want to keep on because of the fact that I will teach you how to precisely tune your guitar to DAD-GAD tuning without having to go to any other YouTube videos, because of the fact that some of them are very inaccurate. And I know this for a fact because of the fact that when I was trying to tune my guitar, it took me till like 9 tries to get to the right tuning because the volume was really, really low. So for the actual guitarist, the basic DAD-GAD tuning is this. I'm gonna show you once, and also for the experienced people who probably have no idea what DAD-GAD tuning is, you might want to keep watching the video because I'll talk about it in a couple of seconds when I get done going through the actual scale. So, alright, here we go. Alright. Okay, now that I went through the scale, time to go through the notes. The first one is D, right? Obviously, it's gonna be at least one higher than the fourth string up. The sixth string is the lowest string, right? That's the lowest string that I just played. So when you're going up, the highest is the first string. I know it gets confusing, just bear with me. The highest is the first string. It doesn't go, it doesn't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know it gets confusing. I was confused when I first started to, but here's the thing. when you're looking at a guitar, right? You don't play it like this. We all know what happens when you play it like this. With your left hand, with your right hand. Jimi Hendrix did that, and what happened to him? Plus, it doesn't go in tune, in order. The highest string should not be on top when you're playing. So when you're playing, the lowest string should be closest to you. Should be the top one. Okay. Now, the actual tuning of Dad Gad, I don't know where it came from. Probably because when Ireland was in the battle for Wexford, what happened was that they created a guitar called in the Middle Ages, I think, in Ireland, I think, or Scotland, I forgot which one it was, but they created the Dusselmeyer guitar, which obviously was a lot bigger than this. So when they created that, they went by the DAD-GAD tuning, not standard tuning, because the way it was shaped was originally an oval. So when you're looking at a regular guitar, this is not an oval at all. This is some peanut shape. But when you're playing DAD-GAD tuning, it just sounds a lot more robust than most of the standard tuning. And plus, you have a lot more room to finger pick and all this other stuff, because of the fact that when you're playing DAD-GAD, there's a lot more elegance to it than standard. Just like when I played that, it gives off a chord, and obviously I was using only a pick to pick it. No other tune, no other hand. That was a chord right there. I forgot which. It was something sharp. I think sustained sharp. Sustained sharp. But when you're doing that, right? You're not only learning something, but if let's say you wanted to go towards being an Irish guitarist, right? Like The Edge in YouTube. You can use DAD-GAD tuning. Actually, I know a lot of people that use DAD-GAD tuning. The Edge does. The Irish Rovers, I think, use it. These are some of the bands that are kind of older. The Irish Descendants, the Dubliners, which you all heard their songs before, I think. Even the Clancy Brothers. They were back in the 1950s when they started. But when they started, they used DAD-GAD tuning, which actually didn't work out for them because of the fact that look how many songs they made. And then Liam Clancy left, and then they went to standard tuning. And then Liam Clancy came back at the reunion tour, and then they just continued from there. Also, the Macon Brothers. Not Naked Brothers, Macon Brothers, like Thomas Macon, the godfather of Irish music. Him. Well, his sons wanted to keep the tradition going, which they did very well when they made one of my personal favorite songs, General Monroe and Roddy McCorley. But to be honest, most people go by DAD-GAD tuning as far as trying to play an actual song. So when you play DAD-GAD tuning, not only are you learning something about a cultural tradition that went on for centuries, but also you can have the knowledge of getting to the point where if you work and you try and make a song out of it, you'll be perfectly fine. Also, for the experienced watchers of this video who know how to play guitar, who probably only use standard tuning, well, here's a slight bit of fact for you. Now, when you use, there's a difference between obviously standard tuning and DAD-GAD tuning. It's only the way you tune your guitar. You can make it sound like this, which is more like a lullaby, or you can do that for like lullabies and all that. But when you're using standard tuning, I just find it a tad bit harder to create a song because you have to make the chords. When you're using DAD-GAD tuning, all you need to do is pretty much do this. You don't need to make chords like this. So that's the only difference I find. And also, I find it a little bit more interesting when you use DAD-GAD tuning because of the fact that when you're using DAD-GAD tuning, you can find yourself. And if you, let's say, because this has happened to me before, if you lose your spot, right, during a song, it's going to be pretty hard to find where you were. We all had this happen to us before. Now, when you're doing that, when you use DAD-GAD tuning, which I use, I hate using standard tuning because of the fact that when we're playing, we don't know exactly where we were at that point, and we have to wait a whole verse. Well, I don't like doing that. I like starting where I left off. So if let's say I missed a chord or something, I can go back and I can quickly come back and make a comeback with it, instead of waiting a whole verse until the chorus comes up. I don't like doing that. I like actually playing the actual song, and if I miss something, I go back and I fix it. And with DAD-GAD tuning, obviously there's going to be a tone issue, but at least you're getting it done. So, alright, thanks.